It's Miles.
It's Tr3bel.
It's the Make It Make Sense podcast.
Yay, yay.
All right, let's start with some corruption right off the bat. But before I do that, how are you, my friend?
I'm all right, man. It's good to see you, my boy. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good.
We got some extra love in the studio. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and clap it up for the folks in the back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, all right, let's get to the dirt. NIL. What is this? The in-season tournament in Las Vegas. Sounds totally legit, don't you think?
I think we are seeing the complete changing of the guard of everything that we hold dear in America. We love peril. We love, action movies that keep you on the edge of your seat, suspense movies that keep you on the edge of your seats. We all love sports because there's always so much parallel.
Yeah.
There's always so much possibility of great things to happen. Cinderella stories, underdogs, I think we're slowly watching all of that not be so random. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. So just from what I've gathered briefly with us talking off camera, this tournament is very interesting. Right off the bat, I see it's going to be played in Las Vegas. They're talking about money being exchanged. Like, from what you've gathered so far, catch me up on what you know about it and what they're doing.
So to the folks who trying to figure out exactly what we talking about, if you follow college basketball, everybody knows about March Madness and the NCAA tournament. Not everybody knows about the NIT tournament that happens every year for the teams that don't make the NCAA tournament. The NIT is a great way for these kids to still get out there, get a ton of exposure, compete in a semi-similar situation, even though you're not competing for a national title. You still can get out there, and show the world, hey, I'm a legit talent. Our team is good. We just didn't make the NCAA playoffs.
To be honest with you, I've never heard the NIT before. I didn't know. So these are the ones that didn't make the actual Sweet 16 and all that. They still
so there's a lot of teams that make the NCAA tournament every year that aren't better than the teams that are in the NIT. But if you win your conference, you have an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament.
Okay.
So let's just say a Yale, for instance, they win their conference, they're automatically in. That doesn't necessarily mean a team like Stanford, who's in the NIT, isn't actually a better team than them. They just didn't win their conference, so they automatically get weeded out unless they have a good enough record against enough high-level opponents.
Okay, and they do this because there's so many teams. They have to whittle it down somehow. Basically.
Yeah, to a degree. I think it's also their way of controlling the narrative to a degree to make it exciting. Because if you go back in the history of NCAA sports, you always have a Cinderella team.
Yeah,
and it's always one of those teams from one of those conferences that you weren't sure was ever actually going to be able to compete with the big boys.
Right,
and then they shocked the big boys. So I think that's been a part of the mindset since the beginning.
Right.
So some of the teams who actually could compete in the NCAA tournament don't necessarily get the nod, but they have their own tournament where they can still kind of go show face. And they always do it at Madison Square Garden, which who doesn't want to play at the Mecca?
Right. Oh, and that still gives scouts an opportunity to see them.
Exactly.
So there's
play in a pressure situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Got it.
So with that being said, the NIT is now kaput. They're done with the NIT tournament. And they're installing the NIL tournament. And just the episode or two ago, we were just talking about the NIL. And anybody who watched that, y'all didn't yet, go check it out. For those who have, y'all know what we talking about. So now they're doing an NIL tournament, like an in-season tournament. And the teams that are there are kind of there by invite. But whoever comes automatically gets $1 million. And it's supposed to be like 10 teams invited.
There by invite? How do you get invited?
That I'm not sure on what the criteria is going to be, which is what's going to make it more interesting.
Yeah,
because
that'll tell a big story when we see who they pick. That'll probably show if they just pick. Well, hold on. So they have to pick if it's going to be a money thing, right? They would have to be teams that have some sort of drawability or a name, but they didn't make the tournament. Because
Well,
if it's
see, it's in season, so you can still get teams like Duke and North Carolina to buy
it's
into it.
in season.
Yeah.
Oh, then you
See?
really would be well. Yeah, you definitely can see it then if that's the case.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
So it's just they offer all of them $1 million. The 10 teams that come,
hmm
whoever wins gets the extra $1 million. So you get in, guaranteed $1 million, with an opportunity to walk out with $2 million as an organization. What school isn't going to want to be a part of that?
And they can't give it to the kids, right?
Yeah, they can. Through the NIL, they can disperse some of this money to the kids. And now the
Wow.
question is if they're actually going to do that or not.
Yeah. What's the percentage? How much are they giving them?
Yeah, I don't think.
And so the NIL just kind of squashed all of this at not what do you call it?
Like student athlete.
Yeah,
The
compensation.
Yeah,
Like
yes.
they can just pay them now essentially as long as it's through this NIL funnel.
Yeah, as long as NIL approves it, you can now get an NIL evaluation and
Mhm.
get money and stuff like that. And then they have like base things like all of the kids that are gonna be in the up because they're doing another college football game. We talked
Mhm.
about that.
Mhm.
So all of the kids that are in there are guaranteed like a base, like I think it's $250. I might be wrong about that.
Each kid?
Yeah, that's gonna be in a video game to use their image and likeness. Most of the
Oh,
kids don't care about the 250 more than they care about being in the game, so they're
that's
not
true.
even gonna fight about how
Right.
much it
That's just gonna
is.
go right to tuition or whatever. Yeah.
But it's $250, so I mean,
Oh, 200.
yeah.
Oh, I heard 250K. Oh,
No,
okay,
no, 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 no.
$250. Oh, yeah.
$250.
Okay.
So again, a lot of people are like, that's nothing. But shit, what if you go to a small school and nobody knows you, but your name
Mhm.
and face is
Mhm.
now in this game,
Yeah. Yeah.
and millions of people are gonna buy it?
I think we'll really know because I'm curious how students feel about this. Like from the outside, you hear it and you're like, okay, obviously it's a money thing, and I would love to hear the students that can express the downside of it, like why they don't like it. Because I feel like there's got to be it isn't all good. There's got to be something about it that's fucking the kids
Yeah,
over.
I think it's just too much opportunity as success too early
Mm-hmm.
can hinder a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Some people can take it and they can move on with their life and they can handle that kind of pressure well.
Mm-hmm.
But you give the wrong 18-year-old $1 million,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to turn into a totally different person.
Mm-hmm.
Their work ethic goes down. Think about it. When you're going from high school to college, your goal is to go to the NBA so you can get paid.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to bust your ass to get to that money. And that's
Yeah.
what make a lot of people get better skill-wise. Now,
Yeah.
if you hand an 18-year-old $1 million before he ever even play a game in college,
Yeah,
that same work ethic, that same drive ain't going to be there.
that's true.
Marvin Hagler said it the best. It's hard to get up and, train at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping on satin sheets.
Yeah, that's true. So it's almost like they have to be super athletes in almost like robotic mechanical with the effort to get to the and the NIL might kind of take some of that drive away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Speaking of that, robots and athletes, Mr. LeBron James, he
LeBron
James, he
Mr. Robotics.
and Mr. J.J. Redick, who I'm gonna tell you what, as a Magic fan, I love J.J. Redick. I never thought in a million years J.J. Redick would be one of the best talking head basketball minds on the internet, which is awesome because I love J.J. Almost brought us a championship. I love J.J. So now they have this podcast. While it's kind of nerd speak basketball shit, but I kind of, from what I've caught so far, I think it's entertaining if you really care about the nuts and bolts. But have you seen that yet, or what do you think about it?
I seen clips of it. Before I go all the way into it, I gotta say this about JJ. Loved him as a Magic
You need to
player,
be respectful to Mr. Redick.
but I'm a North Carolina Tar Heels fan. This
Oh,
motherfucker played
Jesus.
for Duke. You know what I'm saying? In
Oh.
my heart of hearts, I have to hate JJ Redick to some
That was
degree.
weeks ago.
Months ago, years ago, however long it is, bro. You a Blue Devil. You always a Blue Devil.
That's fair.
Kyrie's a Blue Devil.
Yeah.
As great and a legend as he is, he was a dookie. I kind of give him a
get
little
it.
balance because he only played like 9 games. You know what I'm saying?
Kyrie?
Yeah.
What, did he get
played-
injured?
Yeah, he literally did,
Jesus
bro.
Christ.
That's
This
how
guy.
talented that guy was.
Yeah.
Well, he still is talented. I'm not gonna
He's
say
the
like
man. I've been watching clips of him, not to get off track, but god damn, he's still so good.
Kyrie's tough.
Yeah.
Kyrie's
Wow.
tough. But yeah, man. What the hell was we saying?
Talking about we were talking about robotic athletes.
See, look at him. Now I know what the hell we was talking about. We were talking about JJ Redick and LeBron. and this podcast. From what I have seen, though, I think there's gonna be a lot of like what you say is gonna sound like nerdy to a lot of people because a lot of people don't understand just how much intellect goes into the game of basketball or into other athletics, not just basketball, like football, baseball, all this soccer, all these different sports. There's a lot of mental gymnastics you got to go through in order to make this game work to you. And the higher your IQ is, the more that the game bends to you. You get what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
The most casual person wouldn't understand that. So I think it's going to sound like LeBron and J.J. Redick IQ is so high, it's absolutely inconceivable. But for somebody like me and other people I know, like my dog in the back there, like they know basketball enough to know a lot of what's being said. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to give you as for people who know basketball, I'm not saying it's going to be a bad podcast whatsoever. I'm actually going to tune into it. I'm definitely going to tune into it myself because LeBron has an extremely high basketball IQ that I can never deny. J.J. Redick understands
LeBron's
basketball.
like ChatGPT.
Yeah, LeBron is, from what I've seen, he's top 5 player I've ever seen IQ-wise.
Yeah. Didn't he shout out Rondo? Who when I think about it, he was amazing.
Yeah.
But kind of forgotten because
see, a lot of people, they just see the outcome of the play. They don't understand the mentality that went into getting the steal. How to set up an offensive player to think that you're going to be somewhere that you're not. How to communicate with your teammates at the same time as you're guarding the person. You got to be able to communicate behind you, listen to the stuff that's happening behind you. Screen left, screen right.
While you still see the whole play unraveling with 4 other people, where they should be at least.
If you're not there mentally in any sport, you're not going to be successful. And a lot of people really just don't understand, you know, how much of the IQ goes into it. So.
Right. Even a casual, even on TV, you don't understand it. You have to be there around excellence and be like, oh my God, see it in real time, like real bodies moving in real air and space. You're like, holy shit.
Or you see it up close in person and you get a whole different respect for it. So I do think that there's going to be a lot of interesting conversations had. I just, when it comes to J.J. Redick's mindset about basketball, he's a little too analytic for me. Like,
JJ?
Yeah, not analytic as far as the way he breaks it down, but
his
a lot
delivery?
a lot of what's wrong with basketball to me personally now is a lot of it has been analytically driven. A lot of the way that teams operate are analytically driven more than...
That's the D'Antoni effect, right?
You said that shit. Mike D'Antoni is the poster boy for analytic basketball. Look at what James Harden did in Houston, and that is showing you that. You take D'Antoni back to
Phoenix.
Steve Nash. Exactly. He was the first person pushing analytics where you don't take mid-range shots like that. You take quick threes. You take shots within 10 seconds of the shot clock. Things like that.
One more sports thing. Apparently people like us, or like you, because you're the one that has all the knowledge.
I don't be having nothing, man.
Yeah, you do. You do. Garcia, man. I mean, we got to do a Garcia update since last week. Has he been kidnapped again lately? Is he okay? What's going on with the man?
So, from what I've gathered, long story short, he's getting really, focused for the fight.
Okay.
He's been popping up on podcasts and shit though, and everybody's saying, "Oh, he looks bad."
Did you see him on? Did you see him on Homeboy? What's the Iranian guy's show? I forgot. Valuetainment. Eating saltines the whole fucking time, talking.
Nah, I didn't. But like, I think at this point he's just trolling in that aspect.
Yeah,
because I've
Patrick
also seen
Davis.
him
Sorry.
go on a live where he's talking about the human trafficking thing again.
Yeah.
And he's like, but he's giving some tea.
Beyond what we heard him say with Homeboy, Andrew Tate.
Yeah, he went in deeper. But more concise, like he's talking.
More controlled.
Yeah, he's not mad. He's frustrated by the situation, but he's breaking things down. So right now they're talking about they're gonna have to give him. They're thinking about making him take a mandatory mental evaluation before his fight.
Dude. When did they give a shit about the mental health of a boxer?
Bro. Come on,
they let
bro.
Evander Holyfield get his fucking brains bashed in.
Come on, bro. You know why? because they're afraid that this motherfucker's training for real and he's really gonna give Devin Haney a hell of a fight.
Yeah.
And if he does, you can't spin this crazy shit anymore.
Right. Yeah, because he looks like he's of sane mind if he can go in there and piece this motherfucker up. And a lot of people are predicting he will easily.
I don't think it's gonna be easy. I don't like a lot of things about Devin Haney, but one thing I will not say is that kid can't box his ass.
I was gonna say, I don't think there's anything easy in boxing. Anybody can catch you. And it's
some easy matchups though for high level elite. But that's what I'm saying. When they're fighting other elite guys that are actually elite, they're gonna bring it out of each other. Like Devin,
they're fighting for their livelihood, literally, and life. Really,
I think Devin Haney fighting for his livelihood more than Ryan Garcia at this point, though.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia has more on the back burner he could do beyond,
and he already lost.
Yeah.
So it's like he lost the Tank. So what?
Oh,
you can't, he doesn't have nearly that much to worry about. Haney still got
I didn't think about that. Oh, I didn't think about that. You're 100% right. Yeah.
So he's going to go fight different for sure.
Well, when is that fight? 420, right?
Yeah. You know what I'm going to be doing that day? Mary J. If not, that's okay. Hey, bro.
Speaking of, go ahead.
I was gonna ask you. So you know how we be like talking about like how we just be in passing and we like find like crazy shit. You know what I mean? I found some shit today watching just online, and it really, really made me think, bro. I think it's called Project Earth Species.
Project Earth.
We talked about it a little bit before. What?
Earth
Project.
Earth Species Project.
Yeah, that's what the name is. Cause we talked about it a little bit off air.
Yeah,
and it just re-triggered my mind to talk about this shit, bro. Because I really looked that shit up, bro. Yeah, that shit is go. Okay. Basically, they saying that they have found a way to use AI to learn how every animal their plan is to use AI to learn how every animal communicates and to translate their communications to English.
Decode non-human communication.
Okay. So they said that right now they have already done this to a very large degree with dolphins and whales. They've been able to take their echolocation sounds and see if they're actually having conversations. And they said that they've proven that dolphins and certain birds, certain whales that they've tracked already, they call each other by names in their own like language. So yeah, bro, this shit is crazy. They say they're using so just
look at this here. I got this for everybody to see here. The roadmap, the motivation intuition for ESP. Was a modern machine learning. Okay, data. So they got the animals here. Fundamentals, benchmark fundamental. This is saying nothing. I don't know what the fuck this means. Then they got some like
they had the guy who like owns this shit on Joe Rogan.
Who? Which one?
This guy who's doing this fucking shit. I think it's called IMSI or some shit is the name of it.
Oh, Mr. Controlled Opposition was breaking news about this, huh?
Controlled Opposition is supposed to do that.
Oh, here you go again.
But at the same time, we love you, Joe. We love you, Joe.
I love you too, Joe.
Bro. It's a lot of good shit that be on that show.
Bring us on.
We can talk.
Wouldn't that be crazy one day?
One day, man.
Maybe.
No reason not to. Nonetheless, they have crows, other animals they've used their. So, okay, before I go any further, did you know that crows have 200 different sounds they can make?
I know they can sound like a cat.
They can fucking talk. Crows and ravens have the capacity to use fucking English words, bro.
Whoa.
And you can look it up.
Yeah.
Ravens specifically.
Because you only think of parrots as being able to do that.
And they talk better than fucking parrots. Like a raven can talk. Like they have a literal talking raven at one of these zoos and he goes, hello, hi. And he sounds just like that, but he's a
sounds
raven.
Sexy. Man.
Oh, man. See, I shouldn't have said that shit. He over here with the...
Diddy.
We gonna talk about that guy later. So, nonetheless, bro, like...
This is insane, though. So what's the gain of... Why? Why are they... I mean, I think it's awesome, but What's going on here?
All right, so my theory is this, bro. When we talk about how they always show you shit like right in front of your face,
Yep.
and they kind of tease you. Throughout all time, we've always seen a cartoon or a movie where there's a fucking talking dolphin specifically,
Yeah.
or a water creature that can talk.
Yeah. Remember Flipper? I don't know if he talked, but
like Jabberjaw, shit like this. You
Mhm.
always see certain animals that have the capacity to talk. I think that they have, from what my studies have been, I've already seen this, but I think they're fully aware, some people are out there, that they're extraterrestrial beings that have a lot of similarities to a lot of our creatures here. So how do you, if we can learn how to decipher what our animals are saying, some shit we couldn't have ever done before, maybe we have a new way of understanding creatures from an entirely different dialect altogether, an entirely different world.
Could you imagine what we would learn? The things they would teach us if we were willing to accept that maybe they're smarter than us on certain things.
I think there's no question we know that.
Well, humans are dumb and they have egos. That's what I'm saying. If they can choose to understand that.
See, this is why this is a delicate topic, because you could also use this shit negatively if the wrong people get it. But the right people get it, bro. Imagine you sitting here and you're in the middle of the fucking woods and you have this damn thing next to you and you can hear a bear just go, "Ah, nigga, I'm finna beat your ass." Like, you gonna take her, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, hold on, homie. Like, imagine you get to the point to where you can talk back to it though. Like, this is just hypothetical. Maybe I'm high.
Oh, but we could learn how to talk back in growls.
Or just talk to a fucking machine that can translate it back. If the AI can translate it from their tongue to our tongue, there's no reason it shouldn't be able to go in reverse.
Wow, that's true.
Now imagine being able to talk to a fucking lion at will. And there's a level of, because all animals of that level, bro, they have some cognizance. They're not just wild beasts. So I just wonder if shit, you can really talk to their ass. Now some of them might not be on it, you know.
Dude, like, how disappointing would it be is if you finally, one of my biggest fears is a fucking bear rolling up on me, because you see them all over town and that thing has the voice thing on and you're like, yes, finally, I'm gonna live. I'd be like, I'm not here to hurt you. If that thing was like, dude, we've always known English, and just fucking kills you. Oh my god, dude.
Come on, bro.
Dude, worst nightmare ever.
Bro, that'd be some wild shit, bro. Like, you just like, gave me a new phobia, nigga.
Dude.
Like, damn, bro. Like, but seriously though, like, back to more of a serious topic, like, I think that has a lot to do with the ability of being able to communicate with foreign species and species of a different intellect, to see how much intellect and capacity they actually have with the way that they talk. Like, they said dolphins be calling each other by name. They said that this is one of the wildest things I heard. They said that there are certain birds that do that too. They can call, each kid has a different name. Like, they really name their kids and they change the way that you can hear the differences in the way that they're communicating.
I was going to say, I can hear patterns when birds are doing their thing. Now, I don't memorize all the patterns to know if they're different.
I get you.
I know you've done it. I know you've heard it.
Yeah, see, I you know me, bro. I'm a nature guy through and through.
I saw this motherfucker finesse a lizard in my studio one night. And the lizard was listening and submissive. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
I was high. When the fuck I did that?
I don't know, man. It happened though. It happened.
I'm not shocked.
You got on the never mind. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He doesn't see, like, the homie in the back. That's my nigga, bro. Like, we very rarely have people in the back. I think the only other person we've ever had in the back was fucking Jamie.
Chip, come over here towards this cushion and wave to the fans. Right here. There he is. Hey. Oh, you can actually hear him. Yeah.
Thank you for having me here, sir.
Yes.
Long time.
Yes.
Long time.
Yeah. All right, nah. Going back to where you was at, man. We love you, but
we
back
love
to
you.
what I was saying. Yeah. Some amazing shit happens when you get your frequencies high.
Yeah. Like,
this nigga done seen me feed all kind of wild animals though, bro. Like, dead ass, like sandhill cranes, like Like, bro, I done fed their ass. They be walking up to me, be bringing their babies to me and shit. Like,
Get the
I
fuck
got it
outta
on
here.
video, dog. I got it on video. I swear. When we get done,
They're
like,
sacrificing their children to you.
No, they just know I'm that guy, and I'm going to show love.
Oh, okay, got it.
So
Got it,
with
got
that
it,
being
got it.
said,
I
though,
gotta go to a zoo with you. That would be fun. We gotta document that
be
shit.
scary, bro.
What do you mean?
Cause it's certain animals I attract that I don't like. I went to the zoo one time,
Fucking
bro,
giraffe following
and
you
one
and
of
shit.
them fucking shoebill, whatever them things
Duck-billed
is,
platypus.
they can like clap their beaks and this shit sound like a machine gun.
Oh, that bird's fucking frightening, dude.
Yeah, bro, it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
staring at me and shit. Like,
Yeah.
nigga.
No, that bird just wants to smoke with anything that comes near it. I don't think
Yeah,
that was
bro.
personal. Yeah,
Nah,
that
I'm
thing's
straight.
scary. Yeah. But
So
yeah, the frequency thing, I think you're right. Because honestly, I joke, but I've seen you do that with animals, and it's fucking crazy. It's
Yeah,
so
bro.
I do you think, huh? So you think there's nothing nefarious about this? This is just genuinely a good step in progress to be able to understand like what your dog is saying or your hamster
Okay.
or whatever.
I personally believe, like we always say, that things are only bad if it's used for bad. So I think that AI, everybody is scared of it, but this is a way that we can use AI to kind of try to do something different, to try to learn something.
Something in a positive direction.
Yeah, now do I want to hear my dog talking to me and shit? Nah. It's kind of cool having that language barrier because,
Yeah.
but
I think dogs probably would be like I don't think they come off what? What? I was politically correct. I'll cut that out.
nonetheless, bro, I do say though that AI, we say there's a lot of bad things. A lot of people are scared of AI in a lot of ways, but I think there is a lot of ways that it can just be used in just a general way. It's not necessarily negative or bad.
I agree.
But
Yeah.
I think this is something that's kind of cool. That's kind of like, yo, we really moving into an era where they can tell us that dolphins be having whole conversations and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Right on. And then you also, speaking of animals, but I don't think this is actually related to animals. You mentioned something about Stingray and Dirtboxes.
Shit.
What exactly? I'll get this pulled
Bro.
up. While I'm doing that, you can kind of.
Okay, so I'm doing my normal shit, going around, diving my nose into a whole bunch of different things. I've heard a lot about different technologies that our governments have had that even our regular police forces have that we wouldn't really be able to conceive that they actually have.
Right.
So something simple like the Stingray thing is like, it's the name of a actual device. The Stingray is like a name of a device.
Okay.
But this device is used to mimic cell phone towers. So anybody in the near vicinity that say it's chimed into like a Verizon frequency, right?
Okay.
Hypothetically.
Mhm.
If you have a Verizon phone, anybody in that vicinity is going to take your phone signal and send it to it like a cell phone tower.
Okay.
But what happens is when your phone sends the information to the cell phone tower, it picks up certain tracking information, certain personal information. This is how
it
they
scrapes your data from that.
This is how they can use cell phone towers to extract where your location was, where you think about when you see cases and they're like, oh, your cell phone says you were here at this time.
Okay.
This is how they know because your phone constantly sends information to cell phone towers.
Yes.
So this shit can mimic a cell phone tower and make your phone send that same information to it. And then you can take this information, they say you hook it up and you can set it up to where all that information just comes to you.
So you're saying basically rerouting it to you.
Yeah, so now you get the person's phone, you get their name, if they ever put their social security number in there, all of these kind of things, and you can just cross-reference it. But our police have those. A lot of police units in America had them. Now, whether they still have them or not, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but I'm
looking
pretty
at this
sure
here.
you're not gonna just give away
Get rid
that
of
kind of like and the person who created it was from a company here in Florida. It's called like Harris. I know y'all done seen the Harris.
I see it here.
Electric.
So it says it right here, Florida-based Harris Corporation.
Yeah, it's like a company. You'll see it on the side of like electrical trucks. Sometimes it say Harris.
I'll probably see it now.
Then you'll definitely recognize like, I've seen this before.
It says Harris made products like Harpoon, a signal booster that makes the Stingray more powerful, and Kingfish, a smaller handheld device that operates like a Stingray. It can be used by a law enforcement agent while walking around outside a vehicle.
Bro,
ain't that something?
This bitch can fit in your hand. In layman's terms, they have a device that they can hold in their hand.
Oh, there it is.
And walk down the fucking street and pick up your cell phone signal, and it's gonna feed all of your cell phone information to them. Now, why in the hell does law enforcement need that?
Because it's a lot easier than probable. What is it called? Probable cause.
Probable cause and warrants and all of that.
Yeah.
Hey, I picked this up.
Wow.
Come on, bro. Now, what if the wrong person get their hands on that shit?
I think they already have it.
Of course, bro. Of course they do. This is how some of your information, I feel like, just be in some of these people phone databases, and you just be getting calls and shit. But how the fuck did they get my number?
You
get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, and I'm kind of scanning through the article for the people watching. I went to The Intercept, which is really breaking down everything here. But wow.
Like, imagine having this as a company just sitting in your fucking office, right?
Yeah,
you know exactly who to target. You know exactly who to go after. You can hear everything. You getting all of this personal information.
Yeah, that's scary. That's very,
Come
very
on,
scary.
bro. Now, to think that they're telling you publicly that law enforcement had this. If law enforcement is walking around with this, what the fuck you think the people upstairs and the higher ups got their hands on?
Man, do you think that's what makes me afraid? I mean, I have a genuine fear with just the phone in general.
Hell
like
yeah.
I'm a few decisions away from just getting a flip phone again and going back to that for real, man. Because like even my camera. Like, I can't even, like, sometimes I'll, like, when I'm getting ready in the morning, you prop your phone up and you're fucking listening and blah, blah, blah. Dude, sometimes I'm like, dude, I feel like someone's watching me.
You want to know something funny? They have proof of iPhones that do this. And for all y'all Apple lovers, I'm not telling you not to get no more iPhones. Y'all buy what y'all buy, but be aware. If you ever use the face scan thing, anytime that if you turn off the lights and you have like an infrared, like this one person, I seen the video, they have an infrared camera.
Yep.
And you sit the phone down, that bitch constantly takes pictures of your face.
Yeah.
Even if you don't have the phone open, even if you don't have it on. For us Android users, don't think that the apps that you give permission aren't getting permission to do that. Think about why the fuck your phone says, oh, do you give us permission to record audio? You be thinking, oh, it's just for Messenger. And it even give you the option in some phones to be like, only when using this app.
Right.
But some apps never go off.
Yeah. Yep.
Messenger never goes off. It just, you can take it off of your fucking, the top of your screen. You can take it off of like the little bubble, but it don't go nowhere. Where is it finna go? Anytime somebody messages you, you're going to get that message directly. So it has to be running, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have that fear at all? That,
Me? Do I have the fear of cell phone? Me? Hell, fuck yeah.
I guess that does kind of answer the question. But what I was going to say is, do you have the fear of your past being pulled up to be used against you? But I guess that's kind of what the whole fear is that you have, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like, okay, let's just say I've done nothing wrong ever in my life, right? That's bullshit. Everybody's done shit wrong. Everybody got dirt on them. But let's just say I'm like this squeaky clean character. Yeah. You mix this shit we just talked about with the Stingray, people being able to take your info.
Yep.
The shit you already agreed to in your terms and conditions whenever you get on the phone.
Right. Yep.
And AI, a bitch can make me anything they want to anyway.
Visually, audio, data, you can, yeah.
Bro, answer me this. Maybe somebody out there in the comments can answer this. But why is it that people who steal your identity always have more access to shit than you do with your own identity?
What do you mean?
Like a bitch can steal your identity and run up 50 racks, but you couldn't even get a $50,000 credit card. Bitch, this ain't even me. This motherfucker can get more than me.
Yeah.
How is it?
You're like, they just made my credit score better. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
like only for them though. Like nigga,
Yeah.
now I get back on my name. Now all of a sudden this
I
shit
get the
ain't it.
repercussions of the fraud. Yeah.
Why
yeah.
he running up the score? I should be able to go get the same shit he just got or she just got
Yeah.
for scamming me.
Yeah.
I can go. He just ran 50 racks. Hey, that mean I qualify? Oh no,
No.
not how that works.
You used to qualify. Hey, I'm surprised. I shouldn't even say it, but I'm surprised our last episode, was free and clear.
Well, it's because it's a lot of speculation. It's
It is.
about a person who has under heavy speculation.
Yeah.
It's about a person who people not sure on what to believe.
Mm-hmm.
We started talking about some of the people who really, in there and got that certain pull. They don't.
I mean, you know what? I don't need the carpet. It's all good.
They don't need. They don't need to let people even have the idea that this person might be up to this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Somebody like Ryan Garcia is like, whatever. He's a boxer.
Mhm.
You can say he's doing drugs. You can say he's doing this or that.
Mhm.
Certain people you can't just pass that off.
That's true. And it's interesting to see like that's probably the most engagement we've got was talking about him.
And we tell y'all, listen, so from now on, anybody who watches this video, we're planning to do something different.
Mm-hmm.
I said watch this video.
Anybody watches this video.
Because I was thinking about what I was about to say ahead of time. Sorry. Anybody who watches this episode, go to, tell them our email, sir. Contactmimsmedia.
It's this right here. It's whatever this is
Gmail.
right here. There, I'm going to put it on the screen for the fans. So it's that. Yep.
Nonetheless, send us videos, ask us questions, ask us some shit y'all want to hear about. Tell us some things y'all heard about. See what we think about it. Maybe y'all teach us something new.
Yeah.
But we're going to open this dialogue up a little bit, man. Make it more fan friendly because really without y'all, we are nothing. We did this for one reason and one reason only, and that was to open up the dialogue, to wake everybody's minds up, even ours, even more than they already are. There's people who've never heard of any of this stuff we be talking about sometimes, so it's all a win, man.
Yeah.
And we really need everybody all in, chiming in, and just getting in on this, man.
Definitely. I agree. And one thing I want to touch on for phrasing before we get out of here is Diddy. So what the fuck? What's Puffy? What's going on with this guy? What's the deal?
His deal is up.
Is over, right?
We talked about earlier episodes. We talked about Hollywood rituals. We talked about all kind of stuff. We kind of touched on gatekeepers in a couple of different episodes.
I was thinking, I think I'm on the same wavelength.
So Diddy represents what is considered a gatekeeper. Now, anybody can feel however they want to feel about this. The reality is, it's all out there now. Gene Dill, his former head bodyguard, has really exposed all of this stuff.
What's up with bodyguards just spilling all the tea, man? Like that guy, they
know everything.
They do. Wow.
Like it's the same thing as like engineers and music. Y'all know a lot more about rappers than the casual fan ever would.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So this is why
like lizard chasing and shit.
That's why, like, when Pusha T and Drake had that beef, it really Drake thought the shit came from Kanye, but really it came from 40, who was his engineer / producer.
Wow.
Happened to be fucking around with a chick that Pusha T knew very well, and things got spread down. So I say all of that to say there are different people in different roles that always have more information than you think they do. And in order to reach certain levels of success, mainstream, you got to go through certain, like, how would I say it? You got to go through certain rituals. You got to go through certain, what word am I looking for?
Initiations?
Yes,
to a certain
that
degree?
is the perfect word. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Initiations. You have to do these things in order to reach certain levels. So when the casual fan be watching people saying, oh, you've been rapping for this long and you ain't making this kind of money, this person been out for X amount of years. Yeah, it's a lot of the times it's a reason. It's a reason that person going up that food chain so fast. And there are gatekeepers at each level that have a lot of say-so in the direction of your career.
Okay.
If you look back at Diddy in his prime, if Diddy said you wasn't shit, you wasn't shit.
Mm-hmm.
You get
Prime
me?
being Bad Boys, Biggie. Is that
Yeah,
the
at the
Mace?
top. Like,
Yeah.
if you coming from their area and they really just against you,
Mhm.
you gotta have a whole team to counteract just the power of him saying, nah, y'all not it.
Like a Suge Knight.
What happened with Tupac?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? When
Mhm.
Tupac got locked up, nobody was running to get him out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
Suge had to come do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Tupac was Tupac, but once Pac and them stopped really rocking with him, like I said, Puff and them stopped rocking with Pac and them like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else is really rocking with him until Suge came and had a force behind him that pushed it to where now there's this actual side that can combat the level of power that you have.
So going back to the gatekeeper and where we're at now, yeah.
You look at a guy like Puff,
Mhm.
Puff represents the definition of a gatekeeper because it's been plenty of stories that done came out. One story was actually about to be a book by his ex-wife,
Yeah, I
Kim
heard about
Porter,
that. Yeah.
who ends up miraculously murdered
Mm.
before the
Mhm.
book comes out. And in this book, apparently there was a lot of spicy things that were going to be in there about the stuff he did to young celebrities and stuff like that on their way up.
Where's the because it was written, it was about to be published. Where's that shit burned in the woods
Bruh,
somewhere?
it's
Burned
Diddy.
in Bohemian Grove
It's
somewhere?
Diddy. You think he ain't got the money to get rid of a book?
Yeah, he probably did. Damn. Too bad they didn't do an
book?
audio. Do an audio book. Digitize
See,
that
listen,
shit.
but that time that shit wasn't. You know, this was years ago.
Man.
So again, I'm not saying Diddy killed that lady. I can't speak on all that. The reality is, bruh, when you have this kind of backing from the powers that are really behind closed doors like Puff does, you have to do certain shit to keep your power.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to do certain things in order to show them that you have that allegiance, and then it trickles down. You
Mhm.
got to show a guy like that how dedicated you are to him by doing certain things. Look at the show
Okay.
that he had where he literally tells his people to walk halfway across New York to get him a damn cheesecake or a bagel or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's disrespectful as hell, bro.
I didn't even know that was a real show till Chappelle did it. Then I had to go back and watch and be like, oh my God.
He really did this, bro. Like, I can't sit
Wow.
here and say that he's not a businessman, that you can look at certain things and say, yo, he was smart about that,
Mhm.
blah, blah, blah. But I'm not finna sit here and act like I ain't hear about all of this shit.
Right.
And see, now you got a whole case where they talking about a lawsuit filed against you and somebody talking about they seen you doing, you know, unspeakables with famous celebrities right now. The law of spiritual nature, bro.
Mhm.
Cause and effect. You can only cause so much damage before that shit affects you in some type of way.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, there are people where his bodyguard was saying that Puff was basically saying, like, yo, if this little artist don't fuck me tonight, she ain't getting no deal. Shit like that. But
damn.
don't think he's the pinnacle of that kind of shit happening.
He's just a level.
Yeah, you look at Hollywood where you had Harvey Weinstein, who
Yeah.
literally got arrested for doing that.
Yeah.
Roman Polanski, who's now over in a whole nother country. They extradited his ass. Now
Right.
he's over there doing
He's the
whatever
director,
fuck.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he directed a lot of movies back in the G.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he had a lot of vicious shit against him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why is all of that always tied to all of these high-ranking people? Because a lot of them have to go through those levels. You look at Russell Simmons. This nigga's off on a retreat somewhere.
Russell? Not
Man,
Russell.
Russell was in the Me Too movement. Kanye even said it, and that's when they was really mad at Kanye. When Kanye was like, Russell Simmons said that he gonna pray for me too. Well, I'm gonna pray for him because he got me too.
Oh, damn. Well, damn, that makes me think, what about Rick Rubin? Or is
I
he
don't
just
want to get started on Rick Rubin.
is he-
That's
is-
a different level.
is he
to
just-
me.
you think he's involved in that?
Bro, I don't see no way he ain't. I'ma just
It
say
seems
that.
like if you're a, what do they call that? If you're a product of your environment or
Yeah.
flock of a feathers run together, whatever.
Yeah,
How
any
can
of
he
that.
not? How can he not?
How
And
can
be at
he
that
not
level.
be aware of any of it?
He just has
Look
a
at
really good
look
character.
at who he had his hands on.
Uh-huh.
Beastie Boys and Eminem.
Yeah. Oh, he worked with them? I didn't know the M part.
Yeah, bro.
Mm.
Like he was around at the very.
I know he worked
beginning
because
and
I know a
kinda-
lot more like the metal world of stuff, and
Mhm.
he grabbed Slipknot, who was basically they were failing. They were popular to like metalheads like me that liked it, but in the
Yeah.
real world, they were nothing. And he took them, and all of a sudden, they became like multi-platinum.
Yeah.
And I thought,
Holy
yeah,
shit, bro.
Hmm.
You might have just put something together for me. We'll talk about that off air.
mhm.
But yeah,
I
that
like it
was
when I
something
bring some weird
crazy.
shit.
Yeah. Nah, that was like I just thought of something that correlated. Maybe we could talk about this
Okay.
in a later episode.
Okay.
But I say all this to say, bro, for all of the people watching, please understand that there is levels to Hollywood fame. It is very, 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 very unlikely for you to reach the highest levels of Hollywood fame without experiencing any of this bullshit or without enduring it and going through it yourself.
hmm
It's just not a reality. Like people really be thinking, this shit just sounds so crazy. Well, where do they keep getting all of the goddamn allegations from?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because nobody's ever just randomly accused me of no shit like that. And all of my people around me could easily stand and be like, nah, bro, there's just certain shit you're not doing.
Yeah. And I
Just
think
feel
it could be
like-
like a cautionary tale almost to people.
It should be, but shit, how many cautionary tales do we need before people
That's a
see?
good- that's a good point.
People really just
Yeah.
see dollar signs and they say, fuck it.
Yeah. I guess my perspective is, to me, I didn't know all this was really happening until like a year ago.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Like if I'm starting to catch wind of what Diddy's doing, and I'm not like deep into that whole
Yeah.
culture and what's going on, then maybe it's enough for the world and people like Rogan, you know, that puts that out there to a whole nother audience that wouldn't know about that. Maybe it is opening the eyes to of a lot of different artists to being like, hey, because he's a big proponent actually of doing it yourself. Get your YouTube channel, just fucking do it. Don't give a shit about money. Do what you love. Blah blah blah. And that seems to be a pretty good formula for up and coming artists. But sometimes the devil is just right around the bush,
Yeah,
waiting
man.
to introduce himself.
We can hope that it helped, but
Yeah.
you know,
I appreciate your honesty though, because it is wishful thinking, but the world sometimes is going to be the way the world is.
exactly. There's always a yin and a yang.
Yeah. Till next time.
Yeah, yeah.